All right, Neeti.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to session number 595 of EMC, Empowering Morning Conversations. As you are aware, those who are with us in this forum and those who are watching us on YouTube and live on Facebook, we come together every morning and we begin our day with upholding the Access Consciousness magic mantra. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. The purpose of EMC is to find new opportunities, new possibilities as we move through the course of our life, through the course of our day. This conversation, the learnings from this forum helps us shift from our survival or the default mode to the create mode, where we are able to create more possibilities, new realities, new achievements for ourselves. We are able to dissipate all negativity that we pick up through the course of the day, through our interactions with people or through completing our chores as we go along. The circumstances around us influence us, and we need to keep dissipating all that negativity that we pick up through the day. And this we are able to do through the tools, the techniques that we learn here. This entire exercise is meant to move us from our default mode to becoming a possibility seeker rather than just a complainer. To create the life that we desire, we need to be a possibility seeker, and it helps us increase our focus and our energy in everything that we do, the way we look at things, the way we look at life, and the way we look at our relationships. Everything goes for a huge positive change. Right, sir.
All right, great. Thank you for that. And everybody, very, very warm welcome to you once again. And on this morning, we will continue our conversation on creating life. You know, we are laying the foundation to be able to create a life that we desire. So if you were to really understand why we are doing this, it is to help you to create a life that you desire. So let's ask the question that I always ask. And the question is, what will you add to your life today that would allow you to create a future that you desire? That would allow you to create a life that you desire. Ajay Saab, so nice to see you so early in the morning.
Same here, sir. Same.
Thank you. So continuing on this conversation that we started, I have another question for you. And I expect each and every person to give their answer to it. You can unmute and answer that question. What is attention? And what is the Hindi name for attention, if anybody knows that?
Dhyan.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Abhinav.
तवज्जो देना.
Okay, what else? What is attention?
Satakta.
Satakta means alert, I think. Attention.
Ekagrata.
That is integrity, that is. Attention.
Ekagrata is attention.
ध्यान
Dhyan.
किसी चीज पे ध्यान देना.
See, focus. When we talk about focus and energy, so dhyan. Okay, maybe Ashok ji has a better knowledge about Hindi. So what is the word for integrity in that case, Ashok ji?
मेरा हिंदी तो इतना अच्छा है नहीं. मराठी ठीक है मगर हिंदी तो इतना अच्छा है.
कोई बात नहीं, but you get my meaning. You know the word English for attention.
Integrity means
Attention, yes.
mind.
Attention is clear, right? Yeah, we are talking about it, attention. So why are we talking about attention? Do you think?
Mind, body, eyes, thinking, everything is focused on that one particular thing. That is attention.
All right, beautiful. So my question is, why am I asking you about attention? Do you think?
Otherwise, we cannot create what we want. Half of that will be diverted here and there. I may
Yeah.
be listening, but looking at something else. Then I'm not attentive. I'm only listening, not attentive.
Beautiful.
Because if we'll not be attentive, then we'll be distracted.
And what will happen if you are distracted?
Then we will not get what we want in terms of learning or in terms of where we are focusing or where we want to focus. We won't be able to focus.
Beautiful. So there is an old saying, and very rightly said by most of you, energy goes where your attention goes.
Okay.
Energy goes where your attention goes. So as you are aware that energy and focus are two components for which are used very well by highly successful people. So if your energy and attention is not where you desire to create something, then will you be able to create it?
No.
Now, suppose your attention units are scattered. Then how much attention and energy is going into what you desire to create?
Much more efforts but less results. High input, low output.
Yeah, because your attention is not. So can you imagine how much of your energy and attention is scattered on so many things that are taking away your attention on so in the default mode, where do you think your attention is, guys? When you're in the default mode, when you're in the reactive mode, when we are in a mode of resisting things, and as you're very well aware, most of the time, more than 90% of the time, we are in a state of reaction or resistance. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
So where is your attention when you are in the reaction mode and the resistance mode?
Thinking of various thoughts, how to stop what we don't want to accept or what we are resisting on. So various possibilities, various reasons, various thoughts to just find reasons to resist it or stop it.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. And Reddy Garu, you are saying something, sir?
Sir,
Good
and
morning
the
to you. How are
situation-
you?
Yeah, sir. Are the situation what you are facing, sir, at the moment?
Yeah, so when your attention is now completely on what you are facing, don't you have to deal with what you are facing?
Yes, sir.
Because many situations will come, right?
Yes, sir.
You have to face them. You cannot ignore them also.
Yeah.
So then what's the problem? The problem is that if your attention stays on that for too long, and many of you might have noticed this, that your day goes with dealing with so many urgencies.
Yes.
Let us give it a name called urgencies, right? Then what your real, what shall I say, commitment or goal is, you may not have taken even one single action with regard to that during the day. Because your day went in dealing with so many different urgencies. How much creation is going to happen if your attention is only going to deal with all the everyday urgencies of your life? So what kind of urgencies? Example, even getting up on time in the morning for some people is an urgency. Getting ready, getting your breakfast is an urgency for some people. So what are the everyday urgencies that take away your attention? Even now, as we speak, do you notice your mind is dwelling on a whole lot of things?
Yes.
Like what? Can somebody share where's your attention just now? So don't look at it in right or wrong, something "Okay, I'm doing wrong or I'm doing right. This is like research. I mean, where is my mind? Where is my attention at this moment?
I'll share.
Yes.
I know that
definitely.
after my meeting, I have to cut papaya.
Yes,
And then I
yes.
have to make breakfast.
Yeah.
Have my fruit. This is where my attention is.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you. Ready, Garu?
My attention is I have to attend a meeting at 9:30 sharp.
Yeah. So, okay, very good. Abhinav?
My attention is आज दिन में what all I have to do during the day, and also to the fact that we had 25 people yesterday. How come we are 19 only?
Yeah. Okay. Where else? So that's a very good thing which we brought in here by Abhinav, that a lot of times our attention is going on judging or comparing also. If you look at the mechanism of what just Abhinav said, go, yesterday there were so many people, today there are only so many people. And why is like that? उसका मतलब है कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. Okay, what else? Where is your attention going during the day? See, if your attention majority of the time is in making sure that your actions will lead to certain accomplishment, that's fine. But if your attention is only on urgencies and you have no time to do anything else than deal with urgent matters, what kind of creation do you think is possible in our life? Now, since we have the mind expert with us also, I'm bringing in another dimension here. There is, see, all this you have told me, most of it is coming from the conscious mind. Okay, you know that I have to deal with this. You know we have to deal with it. You know, there's a whole lot of stuff buried in your unconscious mind also, which is taking away your attention. So what kind of stuff do you think that is? So how many times we have mentioned to you that if you have incompletions in your life, so how many of you remember what an incompletion is? Our landmark expert Abhinav will tell us. What is an incompletion, Abhinav?
Incompletion is how to say it. Something happens and which is not empowering for you. You're upset about it and you're carrying it.
Okay, that's one example.
You are still thinking about it.
May not even be consciously thinking about it many times.
Yeah. It's always there in your subconscious. It could be a very small thing, like you are driving your car and someone, someone else is also driving and something happens and he abuses you, and and you keep thinking about, guess what kind of people are there, and it's there in your mind all the time.
Okay.
Or you may think, I did not even make a mistake. Why did all this incompletion?
Okay.
And another incompletion also could be that when you were a child, your father said something and you felt insulted in front of everybody and you are still carrying it. And
yeah, subconsciously, you have not really forgotten it ever.
Forgotten it, yeah.
Okay, what else? What other incompletions do we have? If you have any unfinished business, that's also an incompletion. See, there's an old saying that incompletions rob you of your power. The reason why it robs you of your power is that certain number of attention units have gone scattered and they are there.
Yeah, exactly. What I think is that these are all non-achievements, small or big in life, which have gone in the past, but we are still subconsciously bringing them out, or they're disturbing you somewhere and they're soaking your energy out there.
Yeah. For example, you wanted to say something to someone, you didn't because you were afraid or whatever. That's an incompletion. You promised something to someone, you did not do it. That's an incompletion. Okay. Somebody promised something to you, he did not do it. And you did not even tell him कि boss तुमने अपना promise तोड़ा है. That's also an incompletion. See, suppose Abhinav promised me something and Abhinav did not keep his promise. And he did not come and tell me also कि sorry Sukhdeepak, I broke my promise. Or I never told anything to him. Like I said, hey, I could tell him na, कि Abhinav, your promise you didn't do. But I'm not saying it, thinking that he will feel insulted or he'll feel hurt. That is also an incompletion for me. Even if I lent a book to someone and I didn't take it back, that's an incompletion. So very simple scientific way of explaining to you is that there is something known as a cycle of action. So what is the cycle of action? Does anybody know that? We have very, very knowledgeable people out here. What is the cycle of action? Kunan will be knowing. Let's ask him. Kunan, are you there? Kunan, what is the cycle of action?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
The cycle of action for me is that plan, act, and do. So first we plan it, then act. Then we take action.
Right. Beautiful. Very nice. Another way of saying it: start, change, and stop.
Start, change, and stop.
You start something. Changes. You do something, obviously, and then when it is complete, you stop. So cycle is complete when you started something and it is completed. And even if you had a thought that I should do this, it is an open cycle. So let's say you had an idea and you didn't do anything about it. See, if you have an idea, you can do two things with it. One is you can decide that I will implement this idea. You can choose to implement it and then start the process and complete it. Or you can say, I choose not to implement this idea. So when you choose not to implement also, it's complete. But if you just have an idea and you left it open, that is why all kinds of unfinished business is an incompletion. It is sapping away your unconscious energy units to it. How much creation is going to happen? So let's continue. So let's look at all the things that take away our attention. Okay, one more question I have for you. Let us say that you are sitting in a very dark room. Okay? And you want sunlight. Will you drill a small hole in the wall to get light?
Open the window.
Yeah, and better still,
Will not drill the small hole, rather open the door,
Which on the light?
go out,
yeah.
move out.
The
Go
best-
out. Oh,
Yeah, exactly. The best one is go out into the sunlight, no? So what do you think we are doing most of the time? We don't want to get out of the house. So what is the house?
Uh,
Not the literal house, but what is the house that I am using as an analogy?
That's a incompletion of actions or incompletion of what we are thinking and not closing that, whether to
That
implement.
that is a part of it, Guru Nandan. See, we are now talking in the context of receiving,
Okay.
right? Suppose we want to receive all the sunlight, we'll have to get out of the house, right? And the house consists of what? Opinions, beliefs, judgments, points of view. कि ऐसा ही होना चाहिए. See, a lot of times we make a hole in the wall, and the hole in the wall is कि ऐसा ही होना चाहिए. I will receive only from this source. Okay, like you can have multiple opportunities to receive business. Let's say if you're talking about business, you can have multiple ways of receiving that business, but you want to only choose one. A lot of time we'll ask them, why are you choosing only one? They'll say, okay, boss, this is the one I'm comfortable with. And I'll give you an example. There was one fellow who joined a very big multinational company, and the MD, he recruited him as a, what shall I say, director, special diversification projects. Okay. So what is the purpose of recruiting this fellow? Clear thing is, diversification means you don't do our core business, start something completely different, so that if there is a recession in one sector in the market, that business may or may not be hit by it. So every time he would go to the MD with some idea, the MD would say no. And the idea obviously was very well formulated, tested out, vetted, finances clear, everything. Okay. He would always say no to it. Then he came out with something which was so huge that if that company had implemented it, it would have given them a turnover equal to or more than the turnover of what they were already doing. And the MD said no. Now, those days I was coaching those people, that company, I was training them. And this fellow whose idea it was, he was a very dear friend of mine. So he said, यार तू बात कर इससे, what is the problem? इसको कुछ भी मैं बोलता हूँ तो मना कर देता. So I talked to that guy. He's a nice guy. The MD was also a very nice guy, open guy. So he says, yaar, I don't know anything about this technology. How will I manage it? I'm not saying yes because I don't know anything about this new technology he's bringing in. So then I asked him, I said, do you think Mr. Ambani knows everything about everything? When he doesn't know, he hires an expert who knows it and he manages it for him. But there was such a strong internal resistance that he had. In his words, I'm telling you, मुझे तो इसके बारे में कुछ नहीं पता है. How will I manage it? I know nothing about this. How will I manage it? I said, but you don't have to manage it. It took me some time. I said, do you know anything about finance? He said, no. For that, I have a CFO. I said, exactly. But did you notice that how he had closed the door? He wants the whole sunlight, but he is not willing to get out of his house. The mental jail that he's keeping himself inside. Arey Baba, you see these shutters behind me? At least open the shutter now. If you want to keep the curtains closed and if you want to keep the shutter closed and you say, I'm not receiving, I'm not able to create anything in my life, whose problem is it? Yeah? And you notice something, since desire to grow is something very natural to a human being, even to animal, even to nature. Am I right or wrong? Kunen, what did I just say? The desire to grow is a very natural thing, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
For human being. How you say this in Hindi?
आगे बढ़ने की इच्छा बहुत ही स्वाभाविक होती है हर इंसान के अंदर.
आगे बढ़ना is go forward. Desire to grow क्या क्या word होता है? Because a lot of people watching on YouTube sometimes, they have asked me also, sir, थोड़ा हिंदी में भी बोल दिया करो.
Desire is ichha.
That's okay. To grow.
बड़ा होने की इच्छा.
The desire to grow big. So just grow.
उन्नति करना.
That sounds good. उन्नति करना, परिवर्तन करना.
उन्नति is the right word. तरक्की.
तरक्की करना.
तरक्की
Right.
करने की ख्वाहिश हर इंसान के अंदर होती है.
हाँ, वो स्वाभाविक है, because it's in nature also. Even nature doesn't like stagnancy.
बढ़ने की इच्छा.
बढ़ने की इच्छा. See, the moment there is stagnancy को क्या बोलते हो हिंदी में? When the water is stagnant, it starts smelling.
ठहराव.
स्थिरता.
स्थिरता तो पॉजिटिव वर्ड है.
ना.
ठहराव.
वो भी
निकम्मापन.
पॉजिटिव.
हम जाना.
निकम्मा.
हम जाना.
Anyway, we can think about, but you understand what I'm saying. When something is stagnant, it starts decaying. Like even a water in a pond, तालाब में पानी होता है, अगर उसमें कोई हलचल नहीं होगी तो काई जम जाती है उसके. Now, why am I saying this? So if there is a desire to grow, which is natural for you to have, but you are not doing anything to grow, will it not be an incompletion? Now, a lot of people will tell me, sir, kuch ho nahi raha life. Nothing is happening. I am feeling restless, sir. And then to take care of their restlessness, they'll do all sorts of stupid things in life. See, have you noticed that a lot of rich people's children, they go bad because they have so much money. They don't know what to do with it. Why do they go bad, do you think? Because they can sense that they are stagnating with all that money and all. And because they are restless, they go and do all sorts of crazy things in order not to be stagnant. So instead of building things, instead of creating things, instead of causing some great things to happen, they're just doing all sorts of crazy parties and drugs and whatnot. So then when you are in a state of incompletion, it makes it even more difficult to create anything in your life. So it's very easy to talk other people are doing. It's so easy to see when other people are doing. The question is, what's happening to me today? Yes, Kunen sir.
And this reminds me, sir, you had told once the value and importance of enthusiasm. So I'm relating, when we are in that state, enthusiasm fades away. And when
Yeah, absolutely. There will be no zest for life, no? जीवन का क्या बोलते हैं, लुत्फ खत्म हो जाएगा. So what are we doing about our attention? See, we started with where are we going? So the important thing is, what kind of structure will I create that will allow me to keep my attention on what I desire to create? See, one very simple method is that you drop everything and focus only on one thing in life. That's not also very healthy. I've done that for 12, 13 years and I paid the price for it also. So there is a certain amount of multitasking you will have to do, isn't it? So what kind of a structure would you have to build? What actions will you have to do, and what is it that you'll have to do differently so that you can keep your focus on creating what you desire, as well as deal with other things in your life also which are equally important. So do you think that the way we are going about it currently will be sufficient for that? So a little thinking at this moment might be, little reflection at this moment may be very useful. The first thought I'd like you to, first thinking I want you to do is, what is it that I really want to create in my life? What is the life that I desire? Or what is it I want to actually create in my life? Do I desire to let my life carry on the way it is going right now? I'll repeat that question. Do I desire to allow my life to carry on the way it is going on right now? Yeah, thank you, Sagar. So there are two questions that I asked. I hope everybody heard them. And if you did, I'd love to hear a response from you. So we have Surya with us. So very warm welcome to you, Surya. You can unmute your video and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Good morning. But
Good morning.
I'm doing some household work in between, so I didn't heard you properly.
You did not hear me.
Yeah.
All right. So did you hear anything from the time we started?
Yeah, definitely. But then, I was the attention got divided.
And the topic is attention.
Correct.
Excellent. So the question, I just said to you that since you seem to be a new entrant to this forum, you've
Yes.
just joined us for the first time, and a very warm welcome to you, Surya.
Thank you.
And I was saying you can unmute your video and introduce yourself and tell us who you are and where are you from. Most of us know each other over here.
Yes, sir. I'm from Delhi, basically.
Okay.
And my name is Surya Narayanan. I just, after working for 36 years in bank, I just quit about 2 years before my superannuation. I'm trying to enjoy my whatever I wanted to do in life. Simple and slow. That is the policy which we have taken.
Very good. Excellent. And which part of Delhi are you from?
I'm in Dwarka.
Okay. Wonderful. Did somebody introduce you to this forum, or you just found us?
I'm the batchmate of Major Narayanan.
Welcome. Thank you so much. So are you also from the infantry?
Not the infantry, I was in the banking. I joined State Bank initially, then moved on to the private sector banks.
Okay, wonderful. Very, very welcome. And
Thank you.
Do join us. And these conversations, by now, I think you figured out what kind of conversations they are.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you're most welcome to participate, share, ask questions, and do whatever.
Yeah.
And there are some 594 videos available of the previous sessions on YouTube. So you can always see them and catch up and know more about what we are doing. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So the two questions. In order to remind you, Sagar has very kindly put them on the chat so you can look at those. What is the life I desire to create now? And if I want to carry on my life the way it's carrying on right now? Two questions. So who would like to answer them? Reddy Garu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so what is the answer to the two questions?
For me, the access conscious mantra is my desire, sir.
To have a life of ease, joy, and glory. Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the second question?
Second question is, would you like to go the way you are carrying on right now? Definitely
Yep.
not.
Definitely not.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. All right, who else? There's so many people there. So do I have to call you one by name, or you can volunteer on your own? Yes, Neeti.
Yes, sir. I definitely want a change. And you had also asked, what do I need to do to create? I need to free myself of all the distractors to be able to create using what is around me, energetically what is around me, visually, factually what is around me, take those resources more usefully and create and move ahead. I still feel a small part of me is still caught on to the past, and I'm not able to, or I am not implementing myself 100%.
All right. So what are you going to do about it?
Using the tools more seriously with far more commitment to free myself. And I don't know, sir, maybe there are still certain discretions I need to do once I am able to identify what point of view or what thought is gripping me. I would be able to work with the discretion tool.
Okay, very good. So Neeti, do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
There is an exercise which I tell you to do once every hour. I've told all
Yes,
of
sir.
us to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So can you lead and make everybody do it today? So Surya has not seen us. He doesn't know about that exercise. So it will be a good introduction to him.
Okay.
So Shanti ji and Abhinav, just wait for a bit. I'll call on you.
At the count of 3, we do 100% laughter exercise, but we laugh silently without making any sound. So I request all of you to unmute your cameras, and at the count of 3, let's begin laughing.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, go, laugh. Come on, you can also do it, Surya.
Yes.
100%.
Yes, sir. Trying to do it.
You know, Neeti, I've asked you to do this exercise at this point because I want you to remember more creation happens when you are happy and playful and joyous.
Yes, sir.
All right. The more serious you are, the less you're going to receive. Yeah. So just remember, don't forget to add joy to every moment of our lives, right?
Yes, sir.
Seriously, even it's even the mantra of getting more money. All right. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Yes, Shanti ji. Chullo, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Nice Tamil, sir. Actually, I have a goal. I want to achieve that goal. So, if I achieve that goal, I will get the desire, the life what I desire to have. But the steps are very slow. I can make it faster, but I'm not doing it.
Yeah. So if you carry on at the pace which you are carrying on, do you think that is desirable?
No, sir, it's not desirable, sir.
Yeah, it's not desirable either for you or for the other persons concerned, isn't it?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. So then the question you can ask is, what space, energy, and consciousness can I be that would allow me to accelerate the pace at which I am going about things in my life right now? And anything that is times a godzillion, are you willing to destroy and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
So that the speed can come.
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, quote and poco, 9 shorts, boys, poets. Yes, Abhinav. First Abhinav, then Kunal. Yeah,
So I was
Abhinav.
answering, yes, yeah, I was answering to your question, what do you desire?
Hmm.
When I raised my hand. So should I answer
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm first of all, what I desire keeps on changing. Maybe it changes many times during the hour, many times during the day also. But right now, when I'm in this space, I think what I desire is to be happy, motivated, inspired on a moment to moment basis.
Hmm. So simple, no?
Yeah.
All you have to do is this exercise, and you see how inspired and motivated you will be with the more tea.
Yeah.
Maybe 3-4 more
Motivated.
teas.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Kunal.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Very profound session. What is coming to me, sir? I want to have a life, or I desire to have a life where I'm not fearful of death. So, any moment, every moment. So,
Okay.
joyfully, I should be ready to experience that experience of death also. That's the life I want, sir.
Right. Are you one of those persons who keeps on thinking about death all day long?
Not thinking, but that is one of the reality of all of us.
नहीं नहीं वो तो है. So when you say I desire something,
Now, when I say desire something means I should not be fearful of that experience which I'm going to experience whenever it is going to happen. So I should be able to joyfully accept that experience.
so joyfully accept it. Remember, every experience is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. So even that is an opportunity, because according to us, you go and you come back in a better avatar. If you do bad deeds, you will come as a AIDS virus or a coronavirus. And you do good deeds, you will come as a sage or whatever. See, my question to you is, what if death is something that you fear, which I think a lot of people do, I don't, right? It's just another experience, right? But if we spend our whole life judging and evaluating every experience that we have, ye acha hai, ye bura hai, I like this, I don't like this, then everything that you don't like, you will either fear it or you'll resist it. So if you want to prepare yourself for that day so that you can go fearlessly, you'll have to start practicing now, no?
Right.
That every moment, whatever experience is happening, if I'm able to receive it without any judgment and without thinking it is good or bad, or I like it or I don't like it, or I'm frightened of this or I'm frightened of that. I mean, just another occurrence, right? I mean, as we get on older in years, you are a little young. I mean, you talk to more aged people, we have seen it all, we've done it all. We know, okay, all right, whatever has happened will pass, right? So what's the big deal? Okay, every experience is an opportunity. You have also experienced it, isn't it, Kune?
I have not experienced death yet, but
No, I know, but you don't have to experience death. If death is just another occurrence, like any other occurrence, but that habit will only be formed now when you treat every occurrence as only an occurrence.
True. Yes, sir.
But death को आप बहुत ज़्यादा significance दे रहे हो.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
भाई लाइट स्विच ऑफ कर दिया किसी ने, आप चले गए. ऑन कर दिया तो आ गए. What's the big deal?
Yeah. So that's the life
Okay.
we want to live, so that anytime, no issue.
Yeah, I mean, so there is no guarantee, no?
Yeah.
My funda for a long time in my life was always, care, what is the worst thing that can happen to you? You can die, na? I said, okay, if I die, there'll be eternal bliss. तो उससे डरना क्या है? तो आजादी मिल जाएगी अल्टीमेट, है ना? अभिनव जी बताइए.
So I have, like one fear about the death. I'm not scared of death, but I'm scared of a painful death. हॉस्पिटल में ये नली जा रही है, वो नली निकल रही है, और ये बाईपास, वो बाईपास.
तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? तुमको होश तो होगा ही नहीं उस वक्त.
ओके ओके, गॉट इट.
दर्द महसूस के लिए होश होगा तुम्हारे पास?
ना 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 ना.
तुम तो बेहोश हो जाओगे, बेहोश. Yes, Sagar ji.
Yeah.
The youngest member of our Toli.
Good morning, sir. And I want to make it quick as possible. I want to create a life. I'm going to create a life where I have, like lots of money, not enough money, and time, and things I like to do all the time. Joy, success, like these things, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, certainly you will. And एक चीज याद रखना, मैंने बहुत बारी बताया आपको. Take care of your incompletion in your life. If you don't do that, it'll be difficult. All right, so time to close today's session, and we'll invite our resident Shire, Kuldeep ji. पहले आप.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
कहा है कि जिंदगी एक रंग मंच है साहब, जिंदगी एक रंग मंच है साहब, किरदार ऐसा निभाएं कि पर्दा गिरने के बाद भी तालियां बजती रहें.
Wow, 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 wow. Beautiful, beautiful. The world is a stage, and you play your part to such an extent that even after the curtain drops, people will keep on applauding you. Wow,
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, sir. All right. Then we will have our friend, where is he? Yes, Kamal.
Yes, sir. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
So very powerful session, and again, you just dent it back, because yesterday only I was just reviewing my goals. Now, it's a tendency कि जब December आता है तो हम थोड़ा सा goals review करते हैं. So that's what I am doing, and I found so many incompletion. There are certain completion also, but there are more incompletion also, which I have to look on. And one of the causes is inconsistent, not believing in them, and I'm not doing it very joyfully. Actually, you said about the creation of joy. So this is something which is learning for me. और शेर है एक कि कब तक मैं यूं खुद को धोखा देता रहूं, कब तक मैं यूं खुद को धोखा देता रहूं, जो मैं नहीं हूं वही आईने में क्यों देखता रहूं. That's it. How to translate it?
How long will I keep betraying myself? And how long will I see things in the mirror which are not real. Wow. How about that? Okay, Vetrivel, how about some Tirukural for the day before we pass it on to Kunan Saab? Vetrivel, are you there? Where is Niti's Vetrivel still there or he's gone?
Oh, sir, I think his connection got cut off. He's not there.
Oh, okay. So Kunan Saab?
जी जनाब, मैंने अर्ज किया है कि कमल जी आपके लिए है कि हजारों कांटों से दामन छुड़ा लिया मैंने, हजारों कांटों से दामन छुड़ा लिया मैंने, अना को मार के सब कुछ बचा लिया मैंने. अना इज ईगो. अना को मार के सब कुछ बचा लिया मैंने. और आपके लिए सर के मुझे जुनून था हीरा तलाशने का, तो फिर मुझे जुनून था हीरा तलाशने का, तो फिर कोई भी राह का पत्थर उठा लिया मैंने.
वाह 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 वाह.
कोई भी राह का पत्थर उठा लिया मैंने, उसको हीरा बना दिया.
ये गुरुनंदन आप ट्रांसलेट कर सकते हैं इसको?
Okay, so okay, I want Kunan Saab to repeat once again. Sorry.
Line by line.
Yeah.
अर्ज किया सर के हजारों कांटों से दामन छुड़ा लिया मैंने.
Okay, from thousands of thorns, thousands of thorns, I am able to save my clothes getting entangled to it. Okay.
अना को मार के सब कुछ बचा लिया मैंने.
By killing my ego, I could save everything.
मुझे जुनून था हीरा तराशने का, तो फिर
I had a passion to find diamond.
कोई भी राह का पत्थर उठा लिया मैंने.
I choose any of a stone from ashes.
From the road.
From the road and from the ashes.
Yeah. Raha ka patthar means.
Acha, raha ka patthar. Okay, from the road. So
Yeah.
any stone lying on the road. So
Yeah,
I picked
and I
up
treat
any
it.
stone lying.
Yeah, implying that I'll treat that as a gem.
Correct. As a diamond,
Beautiful.
right?
All right. So anybody wants to say anything before we close the session? Any words you have to say? Manav, you want to say something? Okay. Anybody else? Guru Nandan, Kamal, Niti, Ashok. Ashok ji se zarur sunenge parting words.
Thank you, sir. The thoughts were very deep. The implementation or implications of the thoughts, if we implement in our life of those two questions, are very, very fruitful, and they're very deep, and they can take us to the life we desire. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Thank you. So see you tomorrow, guys. God bless you. And my request to everybody is be on time if you can, because you'll then get the value from this session. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.